Hi everyone, it's Kara Hogan, the host of The Empowered Marketer. We're live at Etail East today, and we're talking to a bunch of people about what they're learning, what they've experienced so far, and what's coming next in e-commerce. For those that don't know Framebridge, which I don't think is many people, but could you tell us a little bit about what you offer?
Yeah, so Framebridge is online custom framing made easy. It is custom framing for any of your physical art or digital photos. We have brought online, we've made it really easy, and it's about a third of the price of what you'd expect from traditional custom framing. So just a really exciting business that we've grown. Today is actually our 4th birthday. So yeah, my CEO's around here somewhere, and I'm trying to surprise her with a cupcake or something so I can get a picture for our internal team.
Love that, that's great. So do you guys always come to Etail? And
this is my 2nd time. It's just great to be able to talk to a bunch of like-minded marketers, understand what's going on. Like every year I feel like the pace picks up so quickly, so you can learn a lot, and then obviously to talk to a number of vendors as well and understand what's changing on the technology side.
Yeah, what's the most interesting thing you've learned so far? I know we're only like partway through day 1, but...
Yeah, I'd say that it's there's a lot that's blending together between personalization and then that being really fueled by AI and machine learning. It's buzzwords that you definitely hear a lot around the conference, but at the same time, you start to really understand how a lot of companies are out leading that charge or using that to be able to retain their existing customers better and use that to go and acquire and grow and get more customers. So it's an area that I'm definitely here trying to figure out how we can be learning from that, maybe investing in additional technology there, but definitely like working into our day-to-day because it's just going to allow you to scale a lot more and a lot faster.
Yes, I think everyone's concerned about that and interested in that. And so something we talk about a lot is the evolving role of the marketer as so much is changing.
Yeah.
What do you think is one of the biggest things that's changed, and what are you paying attention to?
Yeah, I'd say the focus on being more well-rounded as a marketer. You know, I came up in PR and communication, so something that was like really brand-focused, and then took a left turn in my career and got focused on digital, and especially as it was becoming so sort of quantitative. And so now when I hire for my team or when I look at like the execution of tools and products, it is how well-rounded can this be? You know, we need to obviously track this down to a specific piece of data, back it into, for us, like where we're acquisition focused, into a specific CPA, but we also want to be brand accretive, to be really clear to the customer, to ultimately net a positive customer experience. We measure NPS on everything that we do for every conversion that we drive. And so how can we bring that all together? Because you can get some people that are super quant, you can get some people that are super creative, and usually they don't work out as well because they're just two in one camp. And so we want people that can be well-rounded and open-minded.
Love that. Just a couple things to worry about as a marketer.
Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. It's hard to hire for that. Yeah.
Yes, totally agree. So if people want to learn more about you and your company, where should they go?
They can go to framebridge.com. You can also check out our Instagram feed at Framebridge, which is just, it's the amazing collection of what our customers frame, which really is an amazing collection of the moments that they have in their life and the stories behind that. Definitely frame something with us. I'm at a marketing conference. I'll sell myself a little bit. My promo code is MattieC. It'll get you a nice discount off your first Framebridge purchase.
Nice. I'm going to go use that right now, probably.
Perfect.
So you're a senior e-commerce merchant. So what does that mean for your role? What do you focus on?
We focus on, my role is regional at this point with the Americas. So I handle the e-commerce direct-to-consumer business for America here. We've only been direct-to-consumer for a couple of years. So my role is pretty much helping to decide what shoes and what styles we're going to be representing online, where to put them, how we help the marketing team, how we market them, and telling the right story about what makes a shoe fit a specific runner depending on level, type of running, pronation, gait, activity level, distance. I mean, lots and lots of different pieces that go into it, but I enjoy telling that story and trying to put people in the right footwear, whether, it's trail or road or whatever.
That's great. So what's the most interesting thing you've learned so far at Etail? I know we're only a little bit in, but...
Well, really, there's a lot of possibilities and advancements in personalization that I was unaware of, and things that sometimes I feel that we might struggle with online with, be it specific like functionalities. We might not put the right shoe in front of people because there's a lot of work that goes into attributing every different type of runner to the right kind of footwear. It takes a lot of effort on the back end to get the right piece of footwear in front of folks. And some of the vendors that I've talked to now have made great strides since when I started, and seeing some of the things that can help me do my work better, which is more easily put the right shoe in front of the right person. It's pretty inspiring, actually. It can really help really put the consumer first so that they come to the site and have a much easier experience. And they only have to type a few little characters, and all of a sudden the shoe that they really want is sitting right in front of them. To be able to get to that point is really inspiring, and could be really helpful to our business, both regionally and globally, depending on how far we wanted to take it, and that particular vendor. I mean, really learned a lot about that sort of thing, personalization.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And how does that work into how you think about, technology and kind of the way your role is shifting and being impacted by that?
Well, technology-wise, I think it's taking a lot of the onus away from the individual employee. I think that we're seeing some of these advancements that are machine learning. You can see, a little bit of attribution go a long way with the types of softwares that people are offering now. My role has always been, and probably will always be, incredibly manually heavy, like lots and lots of data for all of the footwear. I mean, we've got 20-something thousand SKUs. It's not an excessive amount, but when you're doing all that manually, it can get really heavy. And some of these vendors, the tech they're taking a little bit of that out of our hands and improving that, and I welcome that, because it'll make the e-commerce experience so much better for folks, which, the sky's the limit on what we can try to do, and I think it's great. Learned a lot about that here.
That's awesome, and yeah, hopefully it'll make your job better as well. A little less manual data entry.
The entire team, we've got a greatly dedicated team, but it's a lot. It's a very manual process still for us, but we're new to the game for direct to consumer, so.
Yeah, that's really exciting that there's so many brands that are realizing the potential of e-commerce. Right. That's exciting.
Right.
Tell me a little bit about your company.
So Gojo Industries is primarily a B2B company. We do play a little bit in the consumer field with our Purell brand, but I am here really to learn how we can function more omni-channel.
Okay. And so what's the most interesting thing you've learned so far at Etail? Was there a takeaway from a session that you found particularly interesting?
So for me, what I'm learning that is most interesting is just looking at the case studies that the different companies are sharing, seeing how they're handling their omni-channel approach. But the tidbits of information that I'm taking away that are most meaningful are all around data, how to utilize the data that we are collecting currently to better leverage ourselves in e-commerce field.
Great. And so how do you see the role of marketers changing right now since you're in digital acquisition?
For us, it's more so figuring out better ways to create more connectivity digitally. So at Gojo, we're broken into a lot of different markets, but it's really finding out ways to take that consumer data that we're gaining through each market, through individual activations, combining them and figuring out a better approach. So a lot of the information that I'm taking in this morning is really around looking at your consumers as consumers. That also plays on a B2B side, to really look at customers as customers and message and market to them in ways that are more meaningful to create a better experience for them, not necessarily just telling what we want to say about our brand.